Welcome everybody into Fantasy Pros. It's the live stream. It's week 12 in the NFL. We've got a glorious slate of games here, and obviously I know the one you're most excited for. It's the Jets and the Texans. But we'll get to all of that later. Yes, we've got your start sick questions, and of course, if you want to ask your start sick questions here of me, Joe Pisapia, you could just subscribe to our Fantasy Pros YouTube channel and then go ahead and ask the question. And when you do, don't forget, go over to fantasypros.com/contest because there you can take that little subscription you just had, get your answered question, and then you could win a Chris Godwin jersey. That's right. It's very simple. Chris Godwin autographed jersey, thanks to our friends at pristineauction.com. That is available for all of you out there by simply subscribing to the YouTube channel. So if you already subscribed, go get yourself some free stuff. And if you haven't, I'm questioning the choices you're making in your life. And today you can see it's a relaxed Sunday here. No tie today. I had to go run an errand in between, and it looks weird when I wear pajama pants and a tie. At least to the general public. To me, it's very convenient and it's fine. But today you'll notice I'm wearing my old school Patriots starter sweater. That's right. This goes back to 1994 to Chris Slade and Ben Coates in a simpler time. So those of you who like to make fun of us Patriot fans as bandwagoners, remember, we had Pete Carroll first. Just remember that. Chris and I remember that very well. So get your questions in the chat, and let's start going through them, and let's see what we got here. And if you've got any cool old school things that you still wear from your childhood that still fit you, I want to hear about them in the chat too. I don't care if it's a hat, if it's a sweater, if it's an old school starter jacket maybe you got. I don't have my starter jacket anymore, but I have an Apex one. That's pretty corny too. Still got that, but the old school starter jacket somehow, I don't know, did not make it through my parents' house somehow when I was out of college. I don't know what happened there. I was not part of that decision-making process. Anyway, let's start with Eric here, and let's start with his running backs. He's got a question here. He needs 2 running backs. He's got 3. Let's whittle them down. We got Lenny Fournette, Kareem Hunt, and Javonte Williams. Good group here. I got to start Hunt because I feel really good about Hunt being back out there. They need him desperately. I think he's going to work a ton in this game tonight. So Hunt's definitely one of them. And then to me, look, this is very close. You know, the problem is Javonte still has that split with Gordon. So to me, I'm going to lean towards Fournette here still. I am so tempted to go Javonte because of the matchup. But again, at the end of the day, Melvin Gordon seems to get the touchdowns. I hope Javonte has a big game. But I think the safer play here is Fournette and Hunt, and then you move on. Let's go to Christian. Joey P. What's up, Christian? I need a flex in the full point PPR. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Let's talk here about Bateman, Ty Johnson, Tim Patrick, or MVS. You know, I'm going to go with the touches here of Ty Johnson here. Full point PPR in that flex spot. I think he's probably good for 12 to 14 points in that format today. I mean, look, think of it this way. If he catches, 4 balls for, 35 yards, hey, already we're at 7.5, right? We're doing pretty well. All he's got to do is carry the ball a little bit more. If there's a touchdown in there, it could be an 18-point day, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I think Ty Johnson's that guy for me, so that's what I would do. Let's go to Ryboon. Ryboon, Joe. I love the show, and I love you, Ryan. I love you, man. It's a lot of love here around the holidays. It's very emotional. My squad's riding low. All right, we got to help you. We got to help it grow. Superflex, pick 2. Taylor Heineke, Tua, Tannehill, Mayfield. It's gross. You're right. All right, so let's try to do this here. I think for me personally, I'm going to go with Heineke. And I'm going to go with Tua. I don't want to touch Tannehill in this game. I have no idea what these weapons are. I don't know if Tannehill even knows the name of some of these guys. And look, they very well might come out there and smash, right? Remember last year when COVID happened and everybody thought, oh, the Titans haven't practiced, they're going to get smoked. And then they won that game, right? Nobody could believe it. Now, a little different. You had Derrick Henry. You don't have him. But I'm not touching him. And Mayfield has not been good the passing game. So give me Tua, give me Heineke, and hope for the best here. Let's go with William Taylor. I believe William Taylor was the 6th president of the United States. Need 2, Mike Williams, Elijah Moore, or Bateman in a standard non-PPR. In the standard, Bateman is less appealing because I just don't know how much touchdown equity he really has. It's on the fringe, especially with Marquise Brown, with Hollywood back playing. Mike Williams has a lot of touchdown equity, but he doesn't like to show up very much. And then you've got Elijah Moore, who's looked great, but I don't know. You don't know. None of us know what he is with Zach Wilson. So for me, I'm going to go with Mike Williams here. I'm going to roll the dice, hope for the touchdown against the Denver Broncos, and see what happens. So give me Mike Williams, and let's hope that he doesn't wait till the 4th quarter to show up so you don't have a heart attack and you can enjoy your Sunday in a nice fashion. Next here, Imran wants to know, Elijah Mitchell or Noah Fant? It's Elijah Mitchell. Definitely you want to go with that. Rebecca Field of Dreams, flex Judy or David Johnson? Definitely Jerry Judy for me still. I know the matchup isn't perfect, but the target volume is. It's funny to me that the Broncos this week paid Tim Patrick and they paid Cortland Sutton. They didn't pay Jerry Judy. I know it's only his second year in the league, but paying a bunch of wide receivers that nobody seems to use. And I don't know, man. There's a chance here that I don't know if Teddy Bridgewater makes it through this game. I don't know. You could see Drew Lock at some point. Crazy times, but still give me Jerry Judy regardless. I got no time for David Johnson. None. Brock. Start Wilson or Tannehill today at QB. I'm still starting Russell Wilson against Washington. The Patriots lead the league in defensive turnovers there. They have more picks than any other team. Ryan Tannehill just threw 4 last week. Now, I'm not saying just copy and paste, but what I am going to say is when you've got a quarterback who's throwing to wide receivers that they're not used to the patterns and the rhythms and being on the field together, that's tenuous. And now you've got a whole team of those out there with Tannehill. That's a lot for me to take in there. I know Russell Wilson has been disappointing. He's been bad. It's not been good, but Washington might be the cure-all. You could throw the ball on Washington. Let's hope for a big day there for Russell Wilson. So give me the Russ bus here. Next is Damian Harris or Ty Johnson in the full point PPR, and that is from Ramiro. Ramiro wants to know Damian Harris or Ty Johnson, full PPR. You know, in the full PPR, I wouldn't kill you for starting Ty Johnson. So if you need a little bit more upside, Ty Johnson's the upside play. But I definitely think the safer one is Harris. If Harris is playing, which he is today, he is active. Yes, he's going to split with Ramondre Stevenson, but Harris is a very good running back in his own right. So I would go with Damian Harris in this one. But Ty Johnson has more upside because he does have the backfield to himself. So take a look at your lineup. See what you need. Make your decision. All right, next, let's go with Ryan McAnally. Ryan, sit 1, full PPR. CMC, well, I'm not sitting him. Saquon Barkley, Cordell Patterson, or Darrell Henderson. Wow, this is an embarrassment of riches here. Well, I'm definitely not starting CMC, so he's playing. Saquon, it's between Saquon and Patterson for me. Darrell Henderson's definitely playing for me today. I think, although this is, not the greatest situation here, I think Patterson might be the guy I sit. We've been waiting all the way up until now to know if he was going to play. And Patterson's been great this year. He's been on the field, but I think because of the injury, I'm going to sit him. I know Saquon's a tough start. I know it's been frustrating. I know I have a couple shares myself, so I get it. But I think I'm going to sit Cordero Patterson because of the health over anything here. Next is Rich T. Hey, Joe, thanks for helping me last week. Can you help again? I will try. Rich. Standard League, do you play Henderson, Patterson, or Barkley? Well, Henderson's the safest one. I know the Patterson matchup is good, but I could see this Jacksonville game being really wacky. Like you could get into like some kind of weird 13-10 kind of nonsense game in this one. This could be ugly or it could be the point game of the day. I don't like those 4 outcome games, so therefore I stay away. Barkley's the best talent, but we're talking about fantasy points, and Henderson's the dude coming off a bye. I'm gonna go with Henderson here. Connor wants to know Stafford or Cam Newton. Ooh, this is a tricky one here. It is really tough to sit a guy who's in the top 5 in terms of passing yards, but Cam Newton probably is going to have a rushing touchdown today, right? Probably going to have a passing touchdown. That's 10 points right there. So I think Cam is a safe 20 points. I really do. If you're concerned at all about how the Rams have looked, I get it. I would probably still go here with Cam Newton because of that, because of the rushing equity he brings. I just think it's going to be ugly points, but it's going to be safer points. And in my rankings, I've got Cam actually 2 spots ahead. So, yeah, I hate myself for it. I hate myself completely that he's a top 5 quarterback basically this week, but he is. All right, next year is Damien. Happy Sunday. What should I do? Eli Mitchell. Who should I start? Stevenson, Ty Johnson, Jeff Wilson. Well, look, if Eli Mitchell's playing, which as of right now, I know Chris can update us as we go here, with the extra information, but I believe Eli Mitchell right now, we still have word that he is trending towards starting at this juncture. Stevenson would be my second choice out of this group, believe it or not. And then Ty Johnson would be my third. So it's very simple here. So if we're talking about 2, give me Eli, give me Stevenson. That's what I would do. If it's a full point PPR and you want to start Eli and Ty Johnson, I don't think that's terrible either. But Eli and Stevenson to me is where I want to go because Zach Wilson is that now wild card that comes into this Jets offense, which is hilarious because he's the starting quarterback, right? But We've seen Mike White, we've seen Johnson, we've seen Flacco, we've seen all these guys make Ty Johnson and Elijah Moore and all these guys good. But we haven't really seen Zach Wilson quite do that. So I want to take what I know. I know Mitchell, I know Stevenson, and Chris just told me that we're still trending in the right direction here for Eli Mitchell, which is good, especially if you're playing DK. He's very cheap today. So is Darrell Henderson. Just saying, trying to help your DFS lineups too. Joshua Hernandez, Gibson, Judy, Claypool, or Hunt, full point PPR. If I only got to choose one, I'm still going to go with Gibson. I like what I've seen out of him since he had that extra week of rest, and that's been substantially better for Antonio Gibson. So Gibson's still the highest there. Hunt is a close second for me, but first game back, still a little tenuous there, so give me Gibson. Kevin is next. Who should I start, Dylan or Gibson? I would start Gibson now that we feel like it might be Aaron Jones in this backfield along with Dylan. And now there's a lot of wrinkles here because is Aaron Jones in there and just taking a light workload? Is A.J. Dillon still the guy? Is Aaron Jones coming back and taking his full workload? I don't know. But Antonio Gibson gets the full workload, so give me the guy. Hot Nickels, which is, I'm not even sure. I think it's actually a club that Chris used to dance at, the Hot Nickels, back in the day. Or were you a bouncer there? I forget. Was he a bouncer or a dancer? Or maybe a bit of both. Depends on what kind of open shift there was. Chris is a hardworking guy. Okay, he works very hard, so if it was like, Chris, can you come in and dance tonight? He would dance, he would DJ. If he had to, sometimes he would also work the front door. He's a big guy, strong guy, swole. But anyway, Hot Nichols wants to know, Tyler Boyd or Deontay Foreman in the flex. They keep saying they're going to give all the carries to Foreman. So now they've got nobody else, right? It's him or Hilliard. So I think I would go with Foreman here. Tyler Boyd is a tough one. It's a tough start. You've seen his trend go way in the wrong direction here between Jamar Chase and Higgins. You got TJ Watt and Highsmith activated for this game. If you recall, they were both inactive the last time these two teams faced each other with Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. So that defense is a lot better when those two guys are on the field. So I, for one, would go with Foreman here and take them. Even though Boyd is the wide receiver and it's a PPR, I would go with Foreman here. Next is Hugo, full PPR. Alex Collins or Stevenson? Stevenson. I hate Collins. I don't care. I don't care if it's split backfield. Alex Collins has been terrible. Pat E, Damian Harris or Ramondre Stevenson, or neither. Well, I don't know what happens. You got to take a goose egg? I don't know what's going on. To me, Stevenson, from a fantasy perspective, has a little bit more appeal. I think they're kind of the new version of that Denver backfield where you could start both of them together. You could start one of them. To me, Ramondre Stevenson is that more physical back. I think he offers a little bit more goal line equity than some other guys might. He's also been catching the football a fair amount too. So I lean Stevenson by a hair, but I mean, these guys are right neck and neck here. I just like the way Stevenson runs, especially this time of year. That's what you want. Those guys in the wintertime will go looking for contact. I like that. Next is Frankie Zupo. Hey, Frankie, how you doing? What's going on? Say hello to your mother for me. Half PPR, pick one, wide receiver 3, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, no, Bateman, Myers, Claypool. Claypool has more upside. If you need upside, it's Claypool. If you need floor, it's Higgins. That's how I'm playing this bad boy today. Giancarlo, good morning, paisan. Giancarlo, ¿qué se dice? What do you want? Huh? I have PPR. Start Elijah Moore or Ayuk. I think you got to start Ayuk here. I'm very tempted by Moore. I like Moore. You like Moore. We all like Moore. The problem is, what the hell is Moore going to be in this game today? And if he's a fat goose egg, that is a problem. I don't think Ayuk is a goose egg. In fact, I love the total in today's game. I think this is going to be an over here. I definitely would look towards Ayuk in this game too, because Ayuk has proven that he's kind of re-ingratiated himself back into the Kyle Shanahan good graces. So give me Ayuk. It's far safer. They have similar appeal, but a lot less volatility in terms of what is Elijah Moore today versus what Brandon Ayuk is today. And for the record, I'm rooting for you, Elijah Moore. I am an Elijah Moore dude. I want you to play well. I'm just not sold on Zach Wilson. All right, next. Donovan Sampson, Deontay Johnson, or DK Metcalf in cash. In cash, you got to go with Deontay Johnson. Got to go Deontay. Besides, what the hell, Slade? You playing the wraparound for this bad boy? Because you got the Seattle and Seattle playing Washington on Monday night. So I guess you're playing the wraparound slate, which is a weird thing. I would not recommend doing that, and here's why. You add more games, you add more variance bad. We're actually lucky. we have less games today than we normally do because you had 3 Thursdays and 2 teams on a bye. We never have 2 teams on a bye on Thanksgiving historically. That's not what happens, but because of the extra week, we got it this year. So take advantage of the main slate being shorter today. And if you have DFS questions too, put them in there. I'm happy to talk about them with you. I don't care. Maybe your season's over and you're just watching this and you're setting DFS lineups. I'll do those too. Whatever you want. Start, sit. Doesn't matter. Give me Deontay Johnson to answer your question, Donovan. At Baller wants to know, point 5 PPR, Mitchell or Stevenson. Still Eli Mitchell. Still Eli because of the bulk of the workload going his way and how much they run the football. Dark Passenger, which is my favorite of all of Chris's novels that he wrote in the 90s. Dark Passenger, actually, people don't realize that book changed a lot of lives. It was part of that whole Passenger series. It was Dark Passenger, it was Light Passenger, and then there was what was the other one there? It was like a medium passenger. There was a lot of them. But Dark Passenger, that was the one where I think Chris really found his voice as an author. Next here, Dark Passenger wants to know, what time today do they have to activate a player off IR for Monday Night Football? Just want to know if I can trust Logan Thomas. Well, here's the thing, Passenger. If you have another option, I'm trying to think of some of those guys that might be on that fringe for you. I mean, if you have Gesicki, you play Gesicki. Let's say you have an Evan Ingram against the Philadelphia Eagles today. The Eagles give up a ton of points to tight ends. I would play Evan Ingram today and not wait to find out, because I don't think today they have to say boo about that. So I don't think you can trust Logan Thomas. That being said, it depends on what your other options are. If you're looking at Austin Hooper or Logan Thomas, then you're going to play Logan Thomas. But if you have even Evan Ingram, certainly Freiermuth, Dan Arnold, Conklin, any of those guys I would play this week just until I saw Logan Thomas back on the field again. Just because we want things to happen doesn't mean they're going to. I still want hair in my head. Doesn't happen, right? Ryan Krause, pick 1 PPR. Miles Sanders or Elijah Moore or Elijah Mitchell. Everyone named Elijah. I'm going to take Elijah Mitchell here because I'm worried about if Sanders puts the ball on the ground one more time that he doesn't see the field again. That's a problem. And Elijah Moore, I've already gone on my diatribe about that. Vocab words, diatribe. There you go. Look it up. If you don't know it, there'll be a test on Friday on the podcast. Okay. David F wants to know, half point PPR, Gaskin or Mitchell? Eli Mitchell. Right? Gaskin's a hot mess. I can't deal with that. Up and down. It's terrible. Brittany wants to know, Claypool, Jamar Chase, or Waddle, half point PPR. You still got to roll Jamar Chase. I know hasn't quite been as as fantastic as it was for that 6-week run to start the season, but Chase is definitely, especially in the half point PPR where touchdowns matter so much. Claypool's a nice option to start too, but not over Chase. And Waddle in the full point PPR, maybe we're having that conversation because of how much volume he gets. But even so, it's still Chase, especially in this game. This is a big statement game here. Can the Cincinnati Bengals sweep the series this year with the Pittsburgh Steelers? That would be something, right? And this one's in Cincinnati. But again, the old Bengals tend to fall apart this time of year, so we'll see. We'll see if the Bengals are really contenders or not. Scotty O, a kicker question. Get out. Just get out. Get out of my stream. Oh, no, it's okay. I got to answer the... Okay. Chris says I have to answer the kicker question. All right. McPherson, Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh. Joseph, Minnesota, San Francisco. Gould, San Francisco versus Minnesota. I'm going to go with Joseph here. Just going to play the total. And I have a little bit more faith in him than Gould at this point. So, yeah, give me Joseph here of these three. I don't think McPherson's a bad start either, but Joseph's probably the way I'm going, because you can write a script where Cincinnati gets trounced in this game potentially. I'm not saying like the Steelers are world beaters, but this is a rivalry game. You know, I'm going to play the total and I'm going to play Minnesota. Chris Rose, I can only assume that's the Chris Rose from NFL Network. Sit 1, Eli Mitchell, Leonard Fournette, or Alex Collins. I'm sitting Alex Collins. That's the easiest question I get all day. Thank you, Chris Rose. Well done. Let's move on next to Sean Shine. Everybody loves Sean Shine. Full PPR. If Aaron Jones plays, should I still play A.J. Dillon? It depends on your other options. And I understand where you're going with this. I think A.J. Dillon, even before Jones got hurt, was a viable flex play. I think he's somebody that you could have put in there and felt okay about. If I had Elijah Mitchell or a really good wide receiver 3 type guy, I would probably start them over Dillon. But A.J. Dillon's not a bad start today. Just because Aaron Jones plays doesn't mean he gets the bulk of the workload either. So let's keep that in mind. Tim J wants to know, Kareem Hunt, Melvin Gordon, or Jeff Wilson half PPR. It's definitely Hunt for me. I just think he offers the best of all worlds. Dan H. Hello, Joe. I can only assume Dan Harris finally asking me questions here. It's about time, too. You get some real advice from a real analyst. Joe, Russell Wilson, or Tyrod Taylor? Ooh-wee. Look, I'm still starting Russell Wilson, but if you don't want to, if you have just had it, Taylor's not a bad start. Kind of like going back to what we just talked about with Cam Newton, right? Is there a scenario where he rushes for a touchdown? Sure. Is there a scenario where he throws for a touchdown against the Jets? Yeah. So that's 10 points. You throw in, I don't know, 50 yards rushing, right? That's 15. It's pretty good. Pretty good. So Taylor is okay. If your team right now is just riddled with injuries, if you don't like the rest of your roster and you think Russell Wilson's going to bottom you out potentially, then yeah, Taylor's definitely startable today over Wilson. But Wilson is the better start, quote unquote. And every roster is different. And that's why you can't talk about these things in a vacuum, because every situation is different. You could be vastly behind after the Thanksgiving games, right, against your opponent, and you need more upside or something like that. Maybe you're just worried about Russell Wilson. And I can understand it hasn't looked good. But both are viable. Taylor is safer this week because I think against the Jets, he's pretty safe. And then Russell Wilson is the better start. But, if you're 8-2 or whatever you are at this point in the season, I can't do math, 8-3, right? Then you can start Russell Wilson and live. Kevin Williams, hey, good morning, guys. I don't know. I guess he's talking to me and Chris, right? Because I'm the only one here on the stream. I'm one working. I don't know what Chris is doing. Should I start Jamar Chase over Waddle this week at full point PPR? Yeah, I think you do. I still think you do. You got to roll Chase out there. He is the premier talent. Waddle's been great. In fact, since week 7, fun fact, right? Fun facts with Joey P. Jalen Waddle has more targets, 44-40, over Devontae Adams. So he's a target monster right now. That being said, I still will go with Chase. Ben Jackson, not to be confused with Percy Jackson. Stevenson or Freeman or Ty Johnson, PPR. In the PPR, I think I still go with Freeman. He has the most touchdown equity of these 3 guys. I know he has less appeal in terms of the receptions than Ty Johnson. I get it, but I think Freeman would still be that guy for me. Jay Peasy, A-Rod or Wilson. I'm going to still go with Aaron Rodgers over Wilson today, even despite the toe. I mean, he hurt the toe last week. He was still playing pretty well. I wonder if he wanted to see Joe Rogan about the toe. I don't know if he did. Next year is DJ Coop, Damian Harris, or MVS. Damian Harris. I mean, MVS is it's like hoping and praying that he catches the football when it's thrown to him. And that's a weird combination and confluence of events to happen. But Damian Harris I just feel way better about throwing out there into a lineup. Gozaima, Flex PPR. Saquon Barkley or Michael Pittman Jr. Ooh, this is a good one. Here's what I would say. If I like my lineup, I start Pittman and I'm good. If I don't like my lineup, if things are not looking good for me this week, I think there's always that outside possibility in a rivalry game like this here in division where you fire the OC, you set the stage here, you got no other wide receivers of note. Sterling Shepard's out. Kadarius Toney's doubtful. He's not going to play. Kenny Galladay stinks. Darius Slayton. This could be the Saquon Barkley day, right? If you need upside, it's Barkley. If you just want to play it safe and get your 14 points, it's definitely Michael Pittman. Look at your lineup, look at where you are in the standings, and make your decision based off that. Rick R., sit 1. A.J. Dillon, Antonio Gibson, Dalvin Cook, although he wrote Calvin Cook here too, which is actually Dalvin's brother. Dalvin and Calvin are hilarious. When you get those 2 guys together, there is something. Dalvin Cook, Darrell Henderson. I'm sitting A.J. Dillon. Well, you're never sitting Dalvin Cook, first of all, or Calvin, for that matter. Darrell Henderson's got the backfield to himself, and so is Gibson. So A.J. Dillon, odd man out. David Martinez. David Martinez wants to know Higgins, Bateman, or Judy, full point PPR. I got to think on that one. After a long deliberation, I will consult my rankings here because these guys are very, very close. I like Higgins. I like Bateman today. I like Jerry Judy. All 3 are very startable. I have Higgins just slightly higher than Judy this particular week because of the cornerback matchup. So I am going to say you're going to go with Higgins in this one. Bateman is the 3rd. He's a few spots lower than Jerry Judy in my rankings. So I will stick with the rankings on this one. Next here, Sentinel wants to know Kareem Hunt or Jalen Waddle in the flex half point PPR. Waddle for floor, Hunt for upside. Hunt has far more upside because we've seen Kareem Hunt score touchdowns, catch the ball in the red zone, do all kinds of fun things like that. And I don't know, man. The Miami Dolphins against that Carolina defense is not the greatest matchup in the world. Okay, Carolina D is pretty good. James is next. James A wants to know Ty Johnson or Brandon Ayuk at the flex. Brandon Ayuk for me still. Give me the better offense and the total I like as opposed to that gross Jets game. See, the thing is, you can like a fantasy player, but at the same time, you have to keep in mind, like, what is the quarterback situation? How many points are going to be on the board? And this is that weird intersection where fantasy and gambling all kind of come together, which is cool because one does inform the other. So if you're looking at totals and things like that, like, Jets Houston might be a slogging kind of game. It might not be the greatest game in the world in terms of point total. Whereas San Francisco, Minnesota might be one that they just keep pushing that total because they have competent offenses with a ton of weapons on either side that they can just go beat for beat back and forth. And that's the kind of fantasy contest you want to try to invest in. Mosaic Rift. Morning, Joe. Good morning, Mosaic Rift. That was actually Chris's first album. It's like a walk down memory lane for Chris, our producer today. Mosaic Rift the critics didn't like it, but the people did. And you know what? Chris, if nothing else, is a man of the people. Which is the better play this week between Bateman and Cortland Sutton for half PPR? Cortland Sutton, talk about disappearing acts, man. I don't know. I have no faith in Cortland Sutton. I really don't. And the Chargers D is pretty good in the secondary. So give me Bateman. I'm going to roll the dice here with Bateman in this one. Zane. What up, Mr. P? What up, Zane? Elijah Moore or Rashad Bateman? Here we go again, right? This one is very close. Let's consult the big board. Let's run through the rankings here and see how close these two guys are together because I assure you they are close. Elijah Moore, where are you? I hate it when I lose my Elijah Moore. It's the worst. Okay, Elijah Moore, there he is. I see him right here. Yeah, it's still Elijah Moore, but my goodness, it is very close. These guys are right neck and neck. I think him, Van Jefferson, Rashad Bateman are all kind of right there. But to me, I would roll the dice with Elijah Moore here because once again, you just don't have as many options and ways to score as the Ravens do. The Ravens are so many more outcomes. Murray, Foreman, Lamar, Hollywood Brown, Mark Andrews. There's a lot of guys to fight with. Moore has a lot less guys to fight with now, especially with Carter out. Davis, whatever, Ty Johnson, whatever. Matt S., Jeff Wilson, or Damian Harris. Damian Harris, moving on. Chris Steiner. I love the Steiner brothers, one of the many Steiner brothers. Big wrestling fan. Ayuk or Devontae Smith. In the half PPR, I'm still going to go with Devontae Smith in this matchup against the Giants. I think Smith has earned that respect. Ayuk is close, but Smith for me for a hair. Michael says, it's the dregs. Galladay, Marvin Jones, Russell Gage, or Donovan Peoples-Jones. You ain't kidding here. This is not great. Believe it or not, you're going to laugh. I actually feel best about starting Marvin Jones in this group. I feel like we're kind of due for that Marvin Jones game where we all go, oh yeah, I remember Marvin Jones, but that is just a gut instinct, stupid thing I'm saying. So Kenny Galladay is the smartest start this week, but he's got Darius Slay on him, and Slay's played outstanding. I know he's a little banged up too, but I don't know, man. I think I try my best here to get some points against the Atlanta Falcons. That's what I do. That's what I would do. All right, let's get some more questions here. And don't forget to like the stream here. Get that little thumbs up button. Makes us all feel very important. Makes us feel good. It's Thanksgiving. You're supposed to be grateful for all this advice I'm giving to you for free. So the least you can do, literally the least, is just shoot us a little thumbs up there. It's very easy. You just click on it. It's done. Boom. If you could do it twice, I know some of you would. You only do it one time. So please like and don't forget to subscribe and click that notifications bell when you subscribe to Fantasy Pros over on the YouTube side. Our YouTube channel is amazing, and it is all powered by one man. Just one man. And his name is Chris. And I encourage you all to support his other work, to support his early novel writing and his early progressive rock band status and things that he used to do there. Dark Passenger, I'm telling you. It's the novel that changed my life, written by Chris. All right, next year. Joel wants to know Tannehill or Heineke rest of season. Oh, you know what, man? That is a fascinating question. I don't feel real good about Ryan Tannehill going forward. I can assure you that much. I think I'd rather have Taylor Heineke with the way things are going. Now that we have, and I have to adjust these rankings now, but you just gave me some food for thought, Joel. Joel, you hit it out of the park on this one. Very proud of you. Seriously, well done. I think it's Heineke. I think Tannehill's got to drop substantially. I don't think he's a QB1 anymore, that's for sure. And if you're getting into that QB2 territory, well, Heineke brings some, rushing equity. I don't know how much Tannehill does. And I don't know how much that offense is going to move without Derrick Henry, without A.J. Brown, without Julio Jones. I mean, who knows? Maybe these guys will step up, but that's a lot to ask. That's a lot to ask. Next here, Victor wants to know, Kareem Hunt, Damian Harris, or Elijah Mitchell? In the full point PPR, I think your best option here is still Mitchell, because I think it's his backfield still. When Mitchell gets 18, 19 carries, I mean, that's a lot. That is a lot. Now, in the full point PPR, if you want some more upside, maybe you want some touchdowns for a big game, I could see Kareem Hunt being the pivot. Harris is a distant third, but to me, Mitchell's still that one, but it's very close. Michael Mulligan, 2-quarterback league, 8 teams, half PPR. That's what you should be doing in an 8-team league, is playing 2 quarterbacks. Good job, Michael, first and foremost. Bench 1, have Cook, Justin Jefferson from Minnesota, over a stack with Cousins. Okay, I don't understand. Is there a question in here? Oh, I got to bench Cook or Justin Jefferson? No. Nope. Find somebody else. I don't like either of these. You cannot bench these 2 guys in this game against San Fran today. No, I don't care if it's a 2-team league. Cook and Jefferson are in today. And yeah, you play them both with Cousins. I'm sorry. You find somebody else. That's my honest answer to you, Michael. I'm not being funny. I am funny, but not right now. JL. Hello, JL. Myles Gaskin, Melvin Gordon, or Elijah Mitchell. Pick 2. Don't mind if I do. I will take Elijah Mitchell, and I will take Melvin Gordon. Thank you very much. Good day, sir. APJ, Damian Harris, or Ty Johnson. Full point PPR. In the full PPR, if you start Ty Johnson again, I don't have a problem with this, but I would still lean Damian Harris. I still think he deserves the respect there a little bit. Next is Chevy Guy. I'm a Chevy guy too. I've had Chevys my whole life. So you're a Chevy guy, I'm a Chevy guy. Let's go. Buy American cars. All right. Hunter Henry or Evan Ingram. This is an interesting one because they are so bad, the Eagles are, against the tight end. And Hunter Henry is so touchdown dependent. I think if you're looking for upside, you play Evan Ingram today. If you just want to play it safe, you try to get your Hunter Henry touchdown and you get out. That's my honest answer to you. Ingram for upside, Henry for floor. Next is Harrison Barnett, Devontae Smith, or Elijah Moore in the flex PPR. Devontae Smith, definitely. Chaos, Uncle Joey, hey, good luck today. Thank you, Chaos. Half PPR, flex, Freeman, VJJ. VJJ? VJJ? Is that Van Jefferson Jr.? I get VJJ. I think that's what we're talking about. Or Ty Johnson. I love when people make up nicknames that don't exist for players. It's my favorite thing, because then I sit there for a good 15 minutes trying to figure out who that person's talking about. It's my favorite thing to do. In the half-point PPR flex, I'm going to go with Devontae Freeman still. I'm going to still play that total. Remember last year, that Browns Ravens game got out of control. That was fun. I'm hoping we get that again on primetime. Joshua S., Javonte Williams, Foreman, or Freeman, full point PPR. Once again, this is a tougher one because Williams has such a good matchup. I think I would still roll out Javonte Williams over Freeman in this one. Definitely over Foreman for sure. Williams has such a good matchup. I would try to get something more because Freeman, although good, is definitely limited. Not that Williams isn't, but this matchup against the Chargers is about as good as it gets. Billy wants to know, hey, Joe, what's up, Billy? Half PPR. Pick 1 wide receiver and 1 flex out of Javonte, Ayuk, Higgins, and Hunt. Okay, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex. Give me Ayuk, give me Hunt. Yeah. Grant Tomaso. Half PPR. Hunt or Ty Johnson. Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt is back. You get Kareem Hunt back in the lineup. Trone Force. Need a flex. Full point PPR. Marvin Jones. Kenny Galladay. MVS. MVS. I guess. Gross. Hate it. But yeah, I'm going to just, honestly, with this group, I'm just going to go with the guy who's got an actual quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is an actual quarterback right now. Daniel Montrella. Hey, Joey P. What's up, Daniel? I have Marquise Brown or the Muth for a flex this week. I know the slate is leaning towards Hollywood, but can we make an argument for Friar Tuck? I like that. Friar Tuck. I like that. I love the Muth. You know me. I'm a big Muth guy. Can't get enough of the Muth. I'm a Muth truther. I love the Muth. I'm a fire truther. Everybody loves me. Everybody loves Pat Fryermuth. I'm still going to go with Marquise Brown, though. I mean, he's like wide receiver, 10 or something on here. Like, if he's healthy, you got to play him. He's been so good this year, and I've knocked him in the past, but I have to give him a lot of respect, man. Dude put the work in year over year. He should be starting this week. And I like them. I don't know who your tight end is. I can only assume it's somebody good. Like we're talking like a Kittle or somebody like that. So yeah, it's definitely Brown. Next is Dave. Dave wants to know Judy. I like that. Very nice. I actually get that reference. Or Eli Mitchell, full PPR. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. You know, in the full PPR, I think I would still start Jerry Judy. He's getting so many targets. I think that's what I would do. Um, it's very close though. I'll go with Judy in this one by a hair. Jeff Miller, pick 2. Gibson, Miles Sanders, or Elijah Mitchell. I will take Gibson, I will take Mitchell, and I will let you have Miles Sanders until he proves otherwise. Jay himself, Tyler Boyd or DJ Moore in full PPR. DJ Moore. It's not going to be prolific, but it'll be good. And I can't say the same about Boyd for sure. Kyle C, full point PPR. Elijah Moore, Claypool, Bateman. Is there a question that doesn't involve Elijah Mitchell or Elijah Moore today? Just want to ask. So that's a question for me to you guys. You can answer that here in the chat. Kyle C, full PPR, Elijah Moore, Claypool, Bateman, or Javonte Williams. If I'm picking one, I'm picking Claypool because I think he gives me the best bang for my buck. He's a receiver, so he gets the PPR points, and he offers a fair amount of touchdown upside. Gary Plug, standard, flex Cordero Patterson or Elijah Moore, Cordero Patterson for sure. Just more touches, guaranteed, better scenario. On the field, a lot more in theory, as long as he plays. Now, if you have to start more, you start more. That's fine. Chase the Ace. Hey, Joe, what's up, Chase? Tight end Logan Thomas or Pat Frymuth, full point PPR? You play Pat. Play Pat until you see Logan Thomas back playing football well. Come on. Look how long it's taken, for God's sakes. Ty Cruz. Hey, Joey P. What's up, Ty? I got one for you. Full PPR. Pick one. MVS. Hilliard. Foreman. Or Akinye. All right. MVS, Hilliard, Foreman, Akina. Okay, I'm going to put all of the guys in Tennessee aside and just go with MVS. I feel like whoever you pick is going to be wrong. That's what I think, especially in full PPR, because I don't think Foreman's catching any balls. We'll see. Kobe's up next. Kobe wants to know Ayuk or Damian Harris, flex in the full point PPR. Give me the wide receiver Ayuk in that one. Cole Johnson, pick 2. Hilliard, Devontae Smith, T. Higgins, half point PPR. I'm going to take Smith. I'm going to take Higgins. You can keep Dontrell Hilliard on the bench. And if he explodes and he's awesome, great. Now you have somebody you can flex out next week. Let's not get crazy here. Okay. My knee. Hi from Germany. We need 2 for upside and PPR. I started Waller and Swift. Okay. Marquise Brown, Waddle, Judy, Elijah Moore, Gibson. I'm going to go with Marquise Brown. He's got upside, and I'm going to go with Gibson. He's got upside. That's the 2 I'm going to go with. Jennifer H. What's up, Jennifer? Goddard or Gronk? It's still Gronk for me. Healthy Gronk with Brady is still the guy that wins. I know Goddard is decent, but Gronk's still that guy a couple notches ahead. Joshua Martinez, Stafford or Burrow? Yeah, I can understand being scared off a little bit, but I'm a little bit more scared off of the Pittsburgh defense, so I'm going to go with Stafford in this one. It's close. It's close, couple spots, but still Stafford. Marcus, Judy or A.J. Dillon, full point PPR. I think now you got to go with Judy because you have more unknown with A.J. Dillon, which is frustrating because, a couple hours ago, the answer probably would have been A.J. Dillon, but alas, that's where we are right now. Preston Crab. Good morning, Joe. What's up, Preston? Superflex, full PPR, pick 2. Tyrod Taylor, Higgins, Mitchell, or Devontae Smith. Well, I'm always picking Taylor if we're in Superflex, so always picking the quarterback. And then the next thing, here's the thing for me. I want the guaranteed touches, so I'm going to take Taylor. I'm going to take Mitchell. That's the way I would play this. If you want a little bit more upside, then Smith is the upside play. That's your third option if you want to roll the dice for a little bit more. Next is Gordata. I had a Gordata at Taco Bell once. It was awesome. I'm not sure what was in it, but it was good. Gordata, Cam or Russ? I'm going to go with Cam here in this one. I think Cam is definitely, look, until Russell Wilson shows out here a little bit, there's no reason not to take the fantasy points with Cam Newton. I mean, the fantasy points are going to be there. Pretty? No. Out of this world good? Probably not. 20 points? Yeah. Like I said, he could fall into 20 points. 2 rushing touchdowns from Cam Newton is 12. Just the passing touchdown and the rushing touchdown is 10. Throw in the 50, 60 yards. Again, we're already there. We're basically there. Russell Wilson has to do more. And the other guys have to do it for him. Ross Lager. Ross, hey, Joe, what's up, Ross? Wilson or Taylor Heineke? Same thing. Again, play Heineke until Wilson shows you. but Wilson's the better quarterback. He is the better start in theory. But if your team cannot take a theoretical play at this point, then don't start a theoretically better player. Take the guy who you think you're going to get the points out of, or at least you know you are, and go away from it. I would still start Russell Wilson in that situation, but if you are a 500 or not a 5-6 team, right? Because here we are at week 12. I can understand not wanting to wait for Russell Wilson. There's nothing wrong with that. Heineke is a decent pivot if you have to. What's up next here? Todd. What's up, Todd? Hey, Joey P. Show off your IDP knowledge. All right. Logan Wilson, Devondre Campbell, or Walker. I'm going to go with Campbell here. Campbell's played very well for me. Logan Wilson's not a bad play either, but Campbell I think is going to be very busy today, especially with that Rams offense. So give me Campbell. Randy DeLucci. Hey, my people. Lockett or Pittman. Still Pittman for me. I know, look, Lockett I think is a good play this week. But once again, I need to see it against the Tampa Bay secondary, against Tampa Bay defense, and also, Devin White was a game time decision today, I believe. Vita Vea, same thing. I mean, that defense might not be the same defense we're used to seeing out there. Nolan is up next. Nolan. Hey, Joe. What's up, Nolan? Got Mahomes on a bye. Need to fill in Heineke, Wentz, or Taylor today. Look, you can be safe and take Taylor in the points. If you want a little bit more, Wentz is the bigger play. Taylor's probably limited but strong. Wentz has a little bit more upside, probably about the same floor. Figure it out there. It projected to lose by 10 after Thursday, so I might need, if you need more upside, then I think you got to play Wentz here and just hope that he has a big game and him and Brady push the total. Because if him and Brady push the total together and Taylor has a big game catching the football, that could really pad the stats there for Wentz. So I think that's the way to go. Taylor, I think, is good. I don't know if Taylor is going to get pushed by Zach Wilson. That's the problem here. All right, next year, To See Africa wants to know, flex half PPR. AJ Dillon, Elijah Mitchell, or Darrell Henderson? Henderson. Arvin D, full point PPR. Kareem Hunt or Hilliard? Kareem Hunt, bro. Arvin, bro. Dontrell Hilliard? You didn't even know who he was 2 weeks ago. And don't pretend like you did. Don't you sit here. Don't you sit here and tell me that you love Dontrell Hilliard's upside 2 weeks ago. Nobody knows. Kareem Hunt. Bro. Next. Scott Tedford wants to know. Pick 2, Elijah Moore, Waddle and Cooks. Done. Next is the Boogeyman. Ooh. Everybody's scared of the Boogeyman. Pick 2, half PPR. Higbee, Freiermuth, Hunt. That's my answer. So Boogeyman, go get him in your lineup. Samo Fresh. Is it Samo? Or no, Sarno Fresh. Excuse me. These old eyes here. Sarno Fresh. Standard league, Darrell Henderson or Pittman. In the standard, I always lean towards the running back, so give me Henderson there. Andrew Casillas, Pittman or Ayuk? Still Pittman because he's still the one. Ayuk, again, Kittle's there. Mitchell's there. You've got Deebo Samuel playing out of his mind this year. A lot of options. So Pittman would, I think, be the better play this week. JD's up next. JD, Gronk or Kittle? It's still Kittle over Gronk. I love Gronk more than most people should, but still, come on. Still Kittle. Matt Hanan, Miles Sanders or Aaron Jones? Oh, this is the one that's going to give me a stroke today, isn't it? Miles Sanders or Aaron Jones? Listen, if Aaron Jones is on the field, I got to play Aaron Jones. For better, for worse, for indifferent. I just have to. He's my first round pick. Miles Sanders is not. And there's a reason. So that's what I go back to. All the way back to August. Remember August? Those were the days. It wasn't 25 degrees outside my house, and Will Fuller was still playing football. All right, next. Christian Power wants to know. Full point PPR, Alex Collins or Donta Foreman? I would actually take my shot here with Foreman today. And I know that's going to be the unpopular one. Collins is safer. If you want to be safe, play Collins. I don't like Collins, so I want to play Foreman. Legendary Soothing Sounds, which was Chris's follow-up album, which was neither a critical nor fan success. Legendary Soothing Sounds. They were neither legendary nor soothing and barely sounds. Barely. Standard, Metcalf or Michael Williams. I'm going to definitely play Metcalf in this one. Definitely Metcalf still over Williams. I don't care how bad Wilson's been. Williams is there and he's not. Franz Chen, Miles Sanders, Eli Mitchell, Melvin Gordon, or Devontae Smith in the Standard League. I want Eli Mitchell still in the Standard League. If you're afraid of Eli Mitchell, I think Gordon's going to get a touchdown. But again, still splitting carries there. Dylan Ramon. Do I start Patterson or Javonte? Full point PPR. I'm going to still start Cordero Patterson. Again, just more touches here, especially Quadra Allison's out now too. And I was really excited about that, man. Quadra Allison was supposed to get more carries today, and then he got sick. I don't know what's going on. I don't like it. So Patterson. Alex is up next. Cam Newton or Joe Burrow? Cam Newton still. Same reasons I said before. Ugly points. Just take him and get out. Miami's defense is not very good. Lindquist Creative, non-Elijah question. Thank you, Lindquist. Bless you. Bless your heart. Someone not named Elijah in a question here. Jacoby Myers or Chenault? Ty Johnson or Foreman? I'm going to go with Ty Johnson over Foreman, and I'm going to go with Myers over Chenault. I don't care what people say. Maybe Chenault will get better. Okay, fine, great. But Myers is guaranteed points. Give me the guaranteed points. Mike Abbott, defense, Tampa Bay or the Jags? That's a trickier one today. Still go with Tampa Bay. Still go with Tampa here. Oh, yeah, actually, you know what? Man, that Atlanta offensive line is bad. I'm thinking about this one. This one's tricky. Let's go to the videotape. Let's go and check the rankings for the week and where I have both those defenses, because I do have Jacksonville ranked higher than normal because of this matchup. I know that, but Tampa's still a top defense here. Jacksonville's right on the bubble for me. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and still say Tampa, but man, I understand where your pause was, but you just can't count on anything from Jacksonville at the end of the day. That's the hard lesson known here. Is it looks good on paper, but I don't know. Give me Tampa. Torrin Davis. Hey, Joey P. Who should I stream this week? Heineke, Taylor, or Jimmy G? I think Heineke and Taylor's where I would go. Taylor's the safer one. Heineke has more upside because, again, possible potential of pushing the total. Jimmy G is fine, but, again, you're looking for quarterbacks who are going to run a little bit. Heineke and Taylor are way above that. Dustin T, David Johnson, or Rex Burkhead? Ew, gross. Rex Burkhead, I guess, because he got like 50 carries and 50 yards last week. Not pretty, but David Johnson just looks done to me. So Rex Burkhead. PR Sports, James Robinson or Chubb, PPR. We never take out Nick Chubb. Not ever. Don't care. Always Chubb. All the time. Now, James Robinson should also be in your lineup, so you need to do some soul searching here and find somebody else to get in that lineup. Jesse, half-point PPR. Pick 3, Odell. Yeah. Ayuk, Collins, Foreman, Jeff Wilson. Well, you did it. You might force my hand here. Ayuk definitely, Bateman definitely. And I hate to say this, but I think I would go with Alex Collins as the third. That's right. You thought I was going to say Odell, and I didn't. I swerved you. It's very tough for me to ever say start Odell Beckham. But yeah, give me the 2 wide receivers, Ayuk and Bateman. Give me Collins for a little floor. Jonathan Sullivan, Cam or Stafford? We had this question earlier. Same answer for me. It's Cam, safer points. Rams and Packers are 2 pretty decent defensive teams. The Stafford offense has been struggling a little bit of late. It's not terrible, but just, not quite as good as it was to start the year. So give me Cam right now. Curtis. Hi, Joe. What's up, Curtis? PPR, Javonte Williams or Antonio Gibson? Definitely Antonio Gibson for me. Like I said, still going that route. Jason Duran. Full PPR, Miles Sanders, Devontae Smith, Claypool, or A.J. Dillon in this contest here. I'm going to go with Devontae Smith right now. If Jones is out, then I immediately pivot to Dillon. OG Bobby, PPR Master, PPR, Miles Gaskins or Hilliard. Gaskins over Hilliard. I mean, now you found my floor of Gaskins. There it is. It's Hilliard. And Hilliard could be decent. It's fine. But coulda, shoulda. I'll take Gaskins. If I want coulda, shoulda, Gaskin has plenty of that. All right. Miles Gaskin it is. Next year is Jose Portillo. Pick 1. Crowder, Patrick, or Kenny Galladay. I'm going to go with Tim Patrick here. That's right. Timmy P. Colton Hickmott. Hey, Joe, question with no Elijah. Oh, thank you. You people are my people. Devontae Smith or Marquise Brown, full PPR. Still got to go with Marquise Brown. That dude's earned it. Ian McCoon. T.Y. Hilton or Donovan Peoples-Jones. It's Sean. I'm not Ian. You cut it off there. Way to make me look like a fool. You know I'm Ron Burgundy, and I will just read anything that's put here. T.Y. Hilton or Donovan Peoples-Jones is the question. T.Y. Hilton for me, because although I love Donovan Peoples-Jones theoretically, it's the theory that worries me and not the productivity. All right, Fluffy Magma. Fluffy Magma Face, actually, excuse me. Pardon me, Mr. Face. I didn't mean to upset you. Stafford in Antarctica or Tyrod Taylor? It's still Stafford, but if you're afraid, Taylor's a perfectly fine pivot today. Like Taylor's going to get you 15 to 20 points. Stafford can get you 15 to almost 30 points. So you have to take that variation into your lineup, into your matchup, and figure it out. Day proud. Kelsey owner, better bye week filler today. Logan Thomas or Austin Hooper? Logan Thomas. Still Logan Thomas. The Outsiders podcast. Pick 2. Pittman, Metcalf, Henderson, PPR. Give me Henderson. Actually, give me Henderson still. And give me Pittman. That's it. I don't want to overthink this. Gareth Taylor. Hi, Joe. Standard wide receiver. 2. Higgins or Bateman. Still Higgins. Not by much, but still Higgins. Adam Hoyt. Hey, Joe, more injury shenanigans. I lost Swift and 0.9 points. I feel you, bro. I'm at risk of missing the playoffs. Do I risk Jones or Dillon at flex, or do I throw Ayuk in a standard? In a standard, no, you play one of the running backs. And what you do is you wait up as long as you can. If Jones is active, you play Jones. If Jones is not active, you play Dillon, and that's what you do. So luckily you have till 4 o'clock for both of those decisions with the San Francisco game as well. So once you get the clarity about Green Bay, that's when you make that decision, but you're not going to have it for a while. Spicy Plumber. Hey, Joe, FPPR, sit 1, Devontae Freeman, Kareem Hunt, Gesicki, or Noah Fant. Noah Fant, you're out. Sit down. Eric Easterling, Hunt or Patterson, full point PPR. Still Kareem Hunt for me. Joe March, Ramondre Stevenson or Miles Sanders. I don't, maybe I'm just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy, but I'm not feeling the Miles Sanders thing. You know what? Miles Sanders is who you should start. So I'm going to say Miles Sanders, but I would not be surprised at all if Ramondre had a better game. I just wouldn't. But start Sanders here. Gross. Integrity win. Dillon or Harris, full point PPR. You know, this one's very interesting because if it's obviously Dillon if Jones is out, but we have to figure that out now. So now I'm just going to take Harris and not worry about it. Now, if you are a team that's winning and doing well, good record, then I would stay with Dillon. And then Dillon is your guy and you're okay. Like if Jones plays, okay, maybe Dillon still works. Otherwise, you know, there it is. King Kush. Hey, Ron Burgundy, read this. I will. Coleman or Hilliard, full PPR. Tevin Coleman is horrendous. So I guess you found somebody that I want to start Hilliard over. So Hilliard over Coleman. There you go. You did it. I hope you're happy with yourself, King. Kai Barnes. Hey, Joey P. What's up, Kai? Full PPR, flex. Elijah Moore or Darrell Henderson. It's Darrell Henderson. Guys, we got to try again to get back into Darrell Henderson business here. Okay. I know it's been a quiet couple weeks. You just had a bye. Let's get back into Darrell Henderson. Okay. Please, everyone, come on. Come with me. Will F. Full PPR. Kareem Hunt or Damian Harris. Kareem Hunt. Next. Mike Frazzoni. Hey, Mike. How you doing? Melvin Gordon or starving Marvin Jones. Oh, Melvin Gordon. Baby, this ain't close. Melvin Gordon it is. Now, we've got about 6 minutes left in this glorious live stream. So I want to encourage everybody, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Fantasy Pros, where you can get all of our amazing content. Every single podcast is on there. Every single live stream is on there. We've got amazing short form videos. We could put maybe I can read Dark Passengers, which is Chris's first novel. Maybe I could read that aloud, like an Audible kind of thing, and we could put that on YouTube. As long as you keep subscribing, we'll keep producing the content. That's basically it. And don't forget to like this video as well. I mean, I answered a lot of questions. If I answered your question and you didn't give me a like, then you have to look inside your soul and ask yourself, what's wrong? What's wrong? You asked a question. I gave you an answer. You give a like. It's very simple. Very simple. That's it. I'm a very simple man. Let's get to the rest of your questions here. Will Hayden, Elijah Free. Elijah Free since 93. Judy, Freeman, Foreman, pick one in the half point PPR. Don't mind if I do. In the half point, give me Freeman. I think he's that best kind of half point PPR. He can score a touchdown kind of dude. If you want a little bit more upside, Judy's the upside play there in the half because he is a wide receiver. So Freeman safe, Judy upside, Foreman, who the hell knows? I mean, there's a world where the Tennessee Titans don't score again today. If you watch this Patriots defense these last few weeks, that is not impossible. They could come out and put up 30 and everybody goes, oh my God, look at Hilliard and Foreman. This is amazing. Who would have thought? What a great story. But it almost feels like we are not paying attention to what's been going on there with that defense. So let's pay a little bit more attention there. Let's be real. Callum Brown is up next. Hey, Joe, what's up, Callum? Go Pats. That's right. Look, the starter logo says, look at that. 1994 called. They want their sweater back. That's right. I can't believe it still fits me. Of course, I stopped growing then. I'm still only 5'7". All right. PPR league, Jeff Wilson or Fryermuth. Give me Fryermuth. I want the touchdown equity in there and a couple catches there. With Mitchell trending towards playing, that's probably where I want to go. Rudy Tuesdays. Goodbye. Rudy Tuesdays. DJ Moore, Elijah Moore, Devontae Smith Moore. No, definitely going to be DJ Moore for me in between these three. You can't quite put Elijah Moore with these guys yet. But if I'm picking two, then it would be DJ Moore and Devontae Smith. Elijah Moore would be the third man out. MC Barkley or Cook wants to know. All right, MC. The fact that we're asking, are we sitting Dalvin Cook? You know what's coming. And I feel like you asked this because you wanted it, and now you deserve it. Bro. You're going to sit Dalvin Cook, bro? You're going to sit Dalvin Cook after 20 points back-to-back weeks? Bro, against the 49ers? Bro. Dalvin Cook. Always Dalvin Cook. I don't care if it's Calvin Cook, who we talked about earlier. Dalvin's little brother. It's Dalvin Cook. It's always Dalvin Cook plays. Cowan Science, full PPR. Ayuk or Cooks? Now listen, this is close here. I think Cooks has a safer floor this week. I think against that Jets D, he's going to catch a lot of balls. Ayuk might have a little bit more upside because, again, that total's going to get pushed. But I'm going to go with Cooks here. That's my plan. I'm sticking to it. Next year's Persian Assassin, Henry or Ingram. I feel like we answered this already, but you know what? We're going to go back to it again. Henry's been catching a ton of touchdowns pretty much. So he's kind of that lock. But Ingram against the Eagles defense, who's just a sieve against tight ends with a new OC, you would think a new OC would say, hey, we got to use Evan Ingram here because everything says that. So Henry's the safer play, which I know sounds crazy because all he does is catch touchdowns and he's touchdown dependent, but he catches touchdowns. And I don't know what the Giants offense is, but if you want upside, Evan Ingram's the upside because Evan Ingram could have a 7-catch day with a touchdown. I don't think Henry's getting that. So that's the difference between the two. But if you want to play it safe, Henry, I think, is the safer one. Speed Stick Musk, which is probably not the scent you want to go for. Hi, Joe. Kareem Hunt or Saquon Barkley? I think you got to go with Barkley here, especially with everybody out. You still got to play Barkley and hope for the best. But I ain't mad at you for asking that. I understand. I feel you, bro. DZT, I need some help. Pick two, please. You're welcome. Patterson, Saquon, Elijah Moore, and Fournette. You know what? At this point, if Saquon's on the field, I think I got to give it a shot. If my team is not good and I just want to make sure I get points, then it's Patterson and Fournette. Otherwise, it's Patterson and Saquon for me. Those guys are on the field. You got to give it a shot. Andrew Wirtz, half-point PPR, Javonte Williams, Damian Harris, Ramondre Stevenson. Everybody's in the split backfield. Oh, my God. If you're in this whole split backfield situation, you have Harris or Ramondre. I think because of that unique instance where you also have Javonte, I would just play Javonte because if you make the wrong decision there with one of those guys, you're going to have points on your bench. If you make the right decision there with Javonte, it might be in your lineup. I think that's the way I would go. All right, last one here. Trevor S. wants to know, Hilliard or Freeman? It's Freeman. Thank you for not putting Elijah Moore or Elijah Mitchell in that question. Now, if you have Elijah Moore or Elijah Mitchell questions in the next hour, Kyle Yates is here to answer all of them. And I expect you, even if you don't have Elijah Moore or Elijah Mitchell, to still put them in the mix for Yates in this next hour. So stick around here on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you like this video before we close things out here. If you haven't already, have a wonderful holiday weekend. I hope that you enjoyed your Thanksgivings, and I hope you hang out here for another hour with Kyle Yates right here on Fantasy Pros. That'll do it for me, Joey P. I'll see you on Monday for the podcast, everybody. Have a great Sunday.